Hi, my name's Jason. I'm with Elevated Experience Camping at Willey West Campground, where we do Alberta glamping and Alberta camping. Today we are with
Tim McKort, Western Directives.
Ah.
Little Late Films.
Little Late Films. Today we're going to do a little different way of doing this video. So we're going to start off with a hockey quote, and a hockey quote is that I went to a hockey game and a fight broke out. Oh, no. I screwed that up. So I went to a fight and a hockey game broke out. There we go. And the little fun fact is that the Stanley Cup has been around longer than the NHL. Did you know that?
Maybe, perhaps. I know a lot of hockey trivia, but okay, if you say so, I absolutely believe it.
So Tim, why don't you give us a little bit of background about yourself and what you do?
Sure. So my company has two purposes. First and foremost, we produce feature films, Western Canadian feature films. We've been in that business for quite a while. I did some short films before I started features, but so I started in 1995 shooting short films, and then in 2005 graduated to the big time. And we also do some corporate video on the side, but predominantly we're a feature film production company. So that's what we've done over the course of 15 years.
I know you've done a series. You want to just run through the series, like what your main focus was?
Sure. So we were the first ones in Alberta to produce a high definition digital video feature film in Alberta. When we came on stream in 2005, we knew that a lot of broadcasters were going into HD and wanted HD format. So I created a script. I wanted to shoot it in HD, and I wanted to do some content that would reach the public. What was I going to do? Hockey. Canadians love hockey, so created this hockey comedy franchise called Sure Shot Dombrowski. It's all about a hockey tough guy and his trials and travails as he works his way up through minor leagues to the pro. And we went to that well a number of times, 4 times, but it did really well. We did just opened many doors for us: TV licensing, theater. Our movies played right across Canada, from Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, right through to Victoria. So we were able to get screen time, picked up digital media broadcasting. Our DVD sales that are still there went through the roof. So we did that series, and the success of that, I picked up the U.S. distributor. And the U.S. distributor said, "We love what you do, but we'd like to do something more family-oriented. Can you do us like a Mighty Ducks movie?" So I went back. I'm the writer of the series, so I said, absolutely. So I went back in time and created a new story where Sure Shot was a kid, and it was family-based plots. So it was more family-friendly and more wider release. And so they were able to take that, and we've had great success with that. European, Asian distribution, and picked up big deals through Amazon, and our DVDs are sold through Target, Best Buy, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Then we shot a movie in New York. So I decided to jump into the Hollywood pool, and we went down to New York and shot a movie there, sci-fi, totally different from anything else, with a couple of well-known actors. Mike Madsen, who's been in a ton of stuff, and Eric Roberts, who's been in a ton of stuff, Oscar-nominated guy. So we did that. That's still an international release, and then we created this next series, which is called Spearfishing. That's all about cyber tech and policing and small town versus big city, and really a lot of it's a political thriller. And now we're coming to Drayton Valley to do the sequel for the movie that we shot in Woodlands County, and that's what we've got going in 2021.
That's so awesome. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. So if you could go camping, would you go RV camping, glamping, or tenting? And why?
I have a bad back, so I cannot tent anymore. That is not in the cards for me. If I had to, I would. But I'm more of an RV guy, yeah. So fifth wheel RV, that's kind of what I like, some of the creature comforts. Yeah.
Perfect. And on an average day, when you're doing a film, how many hours a day do you work?
Well, we try and keep them around 8 hours or less, depending. Yeah, that's generally the nature of what we're doing, even if we're shooting late night. It's usually 8 hours or less. I find anything more than that is it's a drain on the cast and crew. So, yeah, normal work day.
And so then they get a little bit more fatigued and then.
If you go, I've had long days. I mean, some invariably. You know, realistically, sometimes you do have to shoot longer time periods, but I try not to do that. We generally have a really good schedule so that we can plan things over the course of time. We're not really, like Hollywood productions. I mean, we're right to the minute, right to the day, and if you're behind schedule, there's pressure. We don't generally have that. Although we do like to stick to our schedule, but we're a little more flexible.
So you don't work on that 28 days to get the movie all shot in 28 days? Or
well, we do it in about 25, but spread out over 2.5 months.
I see. Yeah. Where a big company would get it done.
Yeah, I mean, we're dealing with people that are, generally speaking, have other jobs.
Yeah.
They're not working full time in the industry, so you have to plan, you have to schedule them.
Perfect. If you could take 3 comfort items to camping, what those 3 things would be when you're doing Alberta camping or Alberta glamping?
Thought about that. So definitely my dog. That's a comfort item. A good book and my really good pillow.
Yeah, that's when we do our glamping sites. That's the one thing. There's 2 things that you need to bring with you, and that's all you have to do is your food. And we recommend that you bring your pillows because we supply everything else when we're doing the glamping sites. And but I really thought that a good pillow is that one thing you just miss out at home. And
well, food's pretty important too. I didn't add that in there, but I thought, well, that's a given.
We are dog lovers down down at Willey West with Elevated Experience Camping. What kind of dog do you have?
It's a Border Collie German Shepherd cross.
Oh, so a very smart dog.
High energy. Even though she's 12, she has some problems with arthritis now, but she's still really high energy at 12. So.
Beautiful. Also, with the book, just offhand chance, what would be your favorite book to bring?
Oh, I read a lot of different stuff. Anything from fiction to biographies. I read a lot of biographies on musicians. I'm a musician myself, so I love to read stuff like I read a biography on Prince. I read a biography on Eric Clapton. Those kinds of things. But I love reading per se. So if it's a good read, I'd bring it.
Beautiful. So as a business owner, what 3 things would you bring to the table? And
well, filmmaking is a very difficult process. Anybody that's in business, yourselves included, know that quality is right at the top of what we're trying to bring to the table. Integrity. So when you're working with people, you always want to be as fair and as honest and make the experience, either if you're an actor, a crew person, or dealing with business people or locations. You want to be as giving and as forthright and as honest and really make it a great experience for everybody involved. And I think the third thing for me for business is just making sure that you persevere. Perseverance is one of the big factors in my end of business, because a lot of people in the arts have a tendency to have a tough go of it and may choose something else. But I always say that if you're good at what you do and you put your 10,000 man hours in to become an expert at your field, do it. Continue to do it, even if it's part-time or if it's every now and then, or I like to maintain that, because 99% of this business takes care of people. They move out of it and 1% stay, kind of thing. So especially in the entertainment world, but perseverance is huge in what we do.
Perfect. So Tim, what is the scariest or craziest thing you've done while camping?
Scariest or crazy things that I've done while camping? I think the scariest thing for me was when I was a kid. My parents took us out at Wabamun and we were camping, and we got into a severe hailstorm. Really severe thunderstorm and hail and everything like that. And as kids, we didn't really know what was going on, but they were golf ball sized hail, so that was pretty serious. And we had a lot of damage, and we had to hightail it into our vehicles and stay in our cars. My dad and my uncle's car were all wrecked, and yeah, so that was pretty unnerving when I was a kid.
Sure.
No tornadoes or anything like that, but I'm sure other people have those kind. But yeah, for me, that was the most severe storm that I've been in, and camped in Jasper during bear mating season. Those kinds of things, out in the, hiking out really into the back country, and sort of, I guess, risky. It's a bit risky.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah. No, it's. You know what? It's funny you say that, because when me and you did the tour, I told you, even in our campground, we get bears down there too, right?
Oh yeah.
Mating season, and
right.
And it's mums and big cubs. That's where you got.
All sorts of wildlife, right? I mean, raccoons. If you get raccoons and you corner a raccoon, man, look out.
Yeah.
You could, those are nasty creatures.
Yeah, I just watched a video where there was 29 raccoons on a garbage can in some guy's porch down in the States, and it was going insane.
They're not as nice as they appear to be.
They look friendly, but
Yeah.
I'll attest to squirrels too. We have a problem with squirrels. They are a menace.
Oh yeah, yeah, for sure.
So I'm gonna break off the questions. I just want you to can you give us a little synopsis about spearfishing?
The sequel that we're going to show in Drayton Valley?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So the first movie, it sort of comes off the first movie. In the first movie, the police officer dealt with election rigging and some Russians that had moved in and were doing they were ne'er-do-wells, and they were involved in some drug trafficking going on. And really the first movie was all about that plot and how this police officer was a local guy, really lent on, was really had help from community to solve the problems, and it was a lot of political intrigue, etc., etc. So off the end of that movie, they kind of dispatched with all the Russians. So this movie is all about revenge. So the Russians are the Russian father of the family that had appeared in the first movie that were dispatched. He wants revenge. So this movie is really about that, and some other things that are going on, and more about family this time around. The lead character has a little PTSD. He was in Afghanistan, so we do have some of that topical stuff going on. But really, it's an entertainment-based movie. And then I know the police have taken a lot of hits, but the police are heroes in our movie, and it's really entertainment. That's what we focus on, action-packed. So that's what this one's all about. Again, still about family and about community, and but really action-packed, and hopefully a thrill ride for everybody out there.
Perfect. Now, back to the camping question. If you got stranded on an island while you're camping, what three people would you want to take with you camping, and famous people, and why would you take
Famous people.
Yeah.
Oh
They can
boy.
be dead or alive. We can rise them right up from the grave.
This one I didn't really think about too much. I don't know. I've always liked the space program, so I'd probably maybe take Neil Armstrong, first man on the moon.
Yeah.
I know he's deceased now. He's been passed away a couple years ago, I think. Probably like to pick his brain.
Yeah.
Entertainment. I'm not sure there's anybody that I really am that fascinated. I'm a big fan of Clint Eastwood.
Yeah.
So Clint Eastwood's the director that I really admire. Maybe Clint, and I don't know. Maybe Canada's first Prime Minister, Sir John A. Maybe.
Yeah.
A little history there.
That's kind of cool.
Even though he was a bit of a racist, from what I hear.
It is what
Nobody's
it is.
perfect, but anyway.
It was a different time, right?
It was,
and
yeah.
it's different standards now.
Yeah.
I personally would have. I'm sad that Keanu Reeves. That would be my top guy that I would camp. But
Yeah.
I could hang out. He's such a
Canadian, right?
And a personable guy, right? Like he's very genuine. So that's,
Yeah, it gives a lot to charity too. He's
Yeah.
he's a philanthropist.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I got one more question for you, and then we'll wrap this up. If I know you're doing this movie here in Drayton, is there a way that people can get involved with helping you make this come to
Absolutely.
fruition?
So we've had a couple of articles in the newspapers, and we've had some response, but we'd like more. So if people wanted to participate either in the acting side of things or as a crew member, they can reach me. I'll give you my email. My general email for me personally, the one I prefer is Tim McKort, TMCKORT @hotmail.com. And they can just touch base with me there. And even if they don't have any experience, it doesn't mean anything really. We have some opportunities for background performers. I find that I've been in touch with a number of individuals that have a lot of experience in the Drayton area, from working on projects elsewhere or doing some stuff here. So yeah, I think we'd like to hear from folks that would be interested in that, and we can certainly provide them with some mentorship, with some opportunities, some job opportunities, and some acting experience. And there's nothing like it being on set or a real feature. You get to know some of that etiquette, you get to know procedure, you get to know how things are done in general. And I'm always trying to encourage other people to do their own thing. I always suggest start off with short films. They're much easier to handle. Jumping into the deep waters is a bit, people have done it before where they just create a feature film right off the hopper, but I don't suggest you do that.
Yeah.
It's like an apprenticeship. If you build a house, you have to learn how to build it before you just decide that you're going to do it. You have to learn all the
100%.
facets of how to make a house from the ground up, right?
Yeah.
Laying the foundation, electrical, all that stuff.
Yeah,
Right?
you just don't
So movie-
jump into the roof, right?
No, yeah, right. So movie making is very much like that. It's got so many things that that are a part of it that are important that you should learn.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And then if a business wants to get involved, they can too?
Yeah, absolutely. They can contact me that way, or they can contact me through all the local establishments or local governments have our contact info, the chamber, the town, the county, but they can also contact me directly and ask about some of the opportunities for branding and marketing within the movie that exists. So we think it's great, the town thinks it's great, the county thinks it's great, the chamber thinks it's great. It's just a win-win-win for everybody involved, including us.
Yeah.
To showcase Drayton Valley and all the beauty that you have in the area.
Perfect. So my name's Jason, and this is Tim.
Yeah.
and we want to just say thank you for watching this video. And we love to do Alberta camping and Alberta glamping at Elevated Experience Camping. Take care.